Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanae Monique and I'm coming to you guys with another video that you guys have been asking me a lot about. So taking it back to my original videos outside of makeup are my plastic surgery videos, and today is going to be my update for my BBL. So if you don't know what a BBL is a Brazilian butt lift. So it's basically when you take liposuction and you suction fat from the body anywhere that you want to get rid of any unwanted fat. So like your arms, your stomach, your back, your bra rolls, inner thighs, neck, wherever you have excess fat that you would like to get rid of, but not only get rid of, but like to reuse. That's what a Brazilian butt lift is. So you can take the unwanted fat and re-inject it back into your hips or your butt. So it's basically two procedures, but you get the best of both worlds opposed to basically just getting liposuction and having the fat just disposed of. You could actually use it and put it into an area where you want a little extra. So that's what I had done. I was going back in my emails because it's been so long since I had it done. I could not for the life of me think of the date that I had it done so I could tell you guys exactly and celebrate an anniversary basically. So I was thinking, like, when did I get this procedure done? It's been that long. So I went and dug through my emails and I found out that I got my BBL September 8th of 2016. So obviously it's 2020 now, and so it's almost 4 years old. So once we hit September, my butt will be 4 years old. So I just wanted to make sure that I let you guys know the exact date on that, just so you guys can understand how long this procedure and its results last. Not just because I wanted to celebrate a birthday for it, but honestly I wanted you guys to know that these results last a really, really long time. And it's not just something that you get done and the results go away in a year or two. It's almost 4 years and my results are holding up really good. And I know that a lot of people say, well, you had a really nice body before, you had a butt before, you had thighs before. I understand that, but if you have a really small frame and small body, if you gain enough fat to have harvested to put into your hips and your butt, your body's going to be basically perfect after. So I started off really thick, so that's just how I naturally am built. So I just built on top of that. So it just all depends on the look that you're going for. If you're going for a super thick look, you might have to get around 2 or 3, or if you're just looking for something natural and just a little pick-me-up to fulfill your desires of how you want your body to look, you'll only need 1 round like I had. I only had 1 round. Everyone swears I had multiple rounds. I've had 2, 3 BBLs. I've honestly only have 1. I have no reason to lie. So anyways, moving on. If you haven't seen my videos before, you don't know who my doctor is. If you have seen my videos before, you do know who my doctor is. So my doctor was Dr. Hassan. When I had my BBL, I've only had 1 surgery with him, which was my BBL. He hasn't touched me for anything else. And he was based in Miami, Florida. I don't know the name of the practice he's at currently because they change their name so often, and I know that sounds super suspect, but honestly he's a great doctor and I can vouch for him personally as a doctor. I can't vouch for his practice, and I have a long in-depth video about that, and so we're not going to go into that because we only have a couple of minutes for this. I want to keep this video short and condensed and to the point. So Dr. Hassan in Miami, Florida, that is my doctor. Next, I want to get to the next biggest question I get is about weight gain and weight loss when you have a BBL. I have had both happen. So I haven't lost a lot of weight, but I have lost weight within those 3 years. And I have gained a lot of weight in the last 3 years. So I'm going to start with weight gain. So my weight was gradually staying the same after my BBL until I started doing the Depo birth control shot. And once I took that birth control shot, within a matter of 2 months, I gained 30 pounds. So my arms ballooned, my face ballooned, my back ballooned, and everything else stayed the same. All the areas that I got liposuction in stayed the completely same. My waist, my stomach, all of those areas didn't get big at all. They're still not big. Like it's very hard for me to gain weight in the areas that I've had liposuction. Don't get me wrong, it's a little bit bigger than it was originally, obviously, because over time fat, but it's super hard for me to gain the same kind of weight that I had prior to surgery in those areas. And from what I can explain, the reason for that is when they liposuction areas on your body, it just damages the fat cells and it basically destroys them to the point where it's so hard for fat to attach itself to those areas again. So that's the best way I can explain it. But the downside to that is when you do gain a significant amount of weight back, it basically goes to all those other areas that you hadn't got liposuction. So for me, it was my arms, my neck, my face, my upper back. All Dr. Hassan did liposuction on was my midsection. So basically think of lipo 360. So 360 around this wherever you would wear a waist trainer is where he did liposuction. He didn't do it on my arms at the time, on my neck or my upper back. So I literally, once I gained that 30 pounds that fast, I literally looked like Donkey Kong. It was so bad. My arms are naturally super big as it is, and if you watch my videos before, you know why I didn't lipo my arms with Dr. Hassan. It's because I wanted him to focus solely the 4,000 cc's on my waist. And if you know the laws in Florida, you only can have 4,000 cc's of fat removed at one time. So I didn't want him to waste too much cc's on other areas because I wanted my waist to be as snatched as possible. So I said, don't worry about any other part, just worry about my waist. I don't want any fat on my waist. And that's why I have such a snatched stomach, is because I didn't do my whole body at the time. So anyways, so be very wary when you get liposuction, that if you don't get all the areas that you want and you gain a lot of weight, it's gonna look disproportionate, if that's the word. I think that's the word. It's going to latch onto areas that you didn't. So with that being said, with weight loss, I haven't lost a huge amount of weight. It's hard for me to lose weight, so I can't really speak too much on like a significant weight loss if you would lose your butt or your results, but honestly, I have had no problems with losing my butt at all. My ass literally is the last thing to get small on my body. I can get every other part of my body small besides my ass. It literally stays the same. But what I can say is, if you don't work out and do like lunges, squats, heavy weights and things like that, it can get flabby because it is fat. It's just added fat to your butt, and it literally, if you don't work it out, it just can get really flabby and low. But when I work out, it gets nice and round and high and just perfect. So that was weight loss and weight gain. Moving into, I wanted to talk about round twos. A lot of people ask me, would I ever do a round two? And that's a tricky question for me, because I go back and forth in my head every other day, especially when I'm on Instagram too much, about a round two. If you don't know what a round two is, a round two basically is a second part of your BBL. There's round one, which is your first round. Round two is if you want more results, you gain more fat so you can harvest it and put it into your butt. So girls go through multiple rounds to get the desired body that they want, just because maybe they hadn't had enough fat in the beginning to get the butt they want, or they just didn't get the results the first time they wanted. Now, if you ask me about my boobs, I'm around 3 girl on my boobs. I've had 3 boob jobs. If you followed me on my journey with my boobs, it's been a long journey to get to them to where they are, and they're still not perfect. But honestly, I'm so over getting surgery on my boobs that I could care less. But it's kind of like that. So I'm round 1 on my body. I've only had 1 BBL. But sometimes I do feel that I could use a round 2, not just because I want a bigger butt, but just because my butt has dents in it, and not cellulite dents. I have cellulite, don't get me wrong, I have cellulite, but I have dents on my butt from the irregularities when they put the fat in your butt. you have to understand it's a muscle, so it's really tight and fibrous. So when you're filling it, there's areas that aren't getting filled. If you think of a sponge, there's so many different air pockets in that sponge. If you were to try to fill it with a product, some air pockets or air bubbles might not get filled, and that kind of is what happened to my butt. I have 2 really large dents on my, not really large, noticeable dents on my butt to me that I can't stand. And then I also have hip dips that I kind of want to have addressed, but I don't think they're that noticeable that I would go through a round 2 for BBL. And then also when I asked doctors, you know, what they thought I didn't have enough fat, because I also went back and had more lipo done after to my arms, neck, and back to address the weight gain, and I have videos on that too. So I just don't have enough fat to go and deal with that. So round 2 is out of the question for me, but I have a solution for that, and that's called Sculptra. But we're going to talk about that at the end of the video, because Sculptra is, there's a chunk of Sculptra I want to talk about, but I want to get to a couple of other things. So next are my measurements. Everyone asks me, what are your measurements? What are your measurements? What's your weight? What's your height? What's this? So I'm a short girl. If you know me, you know I'm short. I'm not petite, but I'm short. And I'm 5'4", barely, and I'm 178, almost 180 pounds. Like, that sounds crazy even me speaking it, but you know how honest I am with you guys, so I could care less, like whatever. It's the largest I've ever been in my whole entire life. I normally am 145, 150 max my whole life. And ever since I took that birth control, like I said, I gained 30 pounds, and it's been the hardest weight for me to get off, no matter what I do. I mean, I'm sure if I really dieted and exercised and was strict, I probably could get the weight off, but it just honestly has never been this hard for me to get weight off. So that's my height and my weight. My measurements, I wish I had a measuring tape to show you guys like in my previous videos, but I don't have one. But I just recently got sized for my wedding dress, and they gave me my sizing. So she told me around my waist, I'm a 27.5, which is not, everyone thinks, oh my gosh, I want to have a 25-inch waist. My rib cage is just not built for that. I could have 0 fat on my body, but my rib cage is just wider set, and 27.5 is probably the smallest I've been. So I was surprised about that. I probably could get down to an exact 27, but it's just like, honestly, it's skin and bone. I can't get any smaller here. And then my hip is a 44. I've gotten as big as a 48, and that is really big around my butt, but I haven't been lifting, I haven't been squatting, I haven't been doing anything else. So my butt is kind of deflated right now, but I mean, I'm gonna show you guys in the video how everything looks in pants. I know I've done a video in underwear before to show you guys the nitty gritty, but I'm basically a married woman now, so I can't do that. So I put on some flesh tone pants to show you guys as close as possible as how my butt looks naked. So anyways, what was I saying? Measurements. So 44 around my hip, and then my boobs, I could care less to tell you my boob size because this is about BBL. So moving on, does it feel natural? And I'm sorry if I'm speaking fast. I'm trying to get this video under 20 minutes for you guys because my videos are super long. Anyway, so moving on is to, does it feel natural? And I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm looking at a whiteboard to make sure that I get all the points that you guys asked me, because I want to make sure that this video is on point for you guys. You guys always say my videos for my BBL and my surgeries are the most informative that you guys have ever watched. I might not have all the bells and whistles on my videos and flashy and mic drops and this and that, but you guys know I give you guys the most honest, realist information that I can, and that's why you guys always give me the best feedback. So I appreciate you guys for that. Does it feel natural? Everyone asks me, I get this question from guys all the time. I know your ass is fake. Does it feel natural? Does it jiggle? Like, and it's sometimes as guys that I want to get this done for my girl, but I don't want her ass to feel fake. Like, I get all kinds of questions. So does it feel natural? Yes, it does. It's fat. That's all I can say. It's not a foreign substance going in. It's literally your own harvested fat. It's not cement, it's not this, it's not that. I know that some girls that are very athletic and very toned and tight that have had a BBL, it can look tight and it can look firm just because they're very muscular. But at the end of the day, it's fat, so it's only gonna feel the way that fat should feel. So mine is very jiggly, mine is very soft because I'm not toned, I'm not muscular. My ass is jiggly and soft and it moves. If you follow me on Instagram at Shanae Monique, you know, and see my twerk videos sometimes here and there prior to Mark. But my butt is jiggly, it's nice, soft. So yeah. Does it feel natural? Yes, it does. Moving on to BBL versus Sculptra versus shots. This is not a typical question that I get, but I feel like it's not talked about enough because a lot of girls that are new to the plastic surgery world or whatever are thinking about something like this. It's super confusing because you have BBL, Brazilian butt lift, you have Sculptra, and you have shots. So I explained to you what a BBL was. Now I want to move to Sculptra, something I talked about a little bit earlier. Sculptra is a legal injections that you can get to grow your butt. It wasn't originally made to be used in the butt area or the hips. It was originally made for the face. The FDA approved it for the face. And then plastic surgeons started messing around with it and started seeing, hey, we could probably use this in larger quantities in larger areas on the body. If you don't know what Sculptra is a stimulant that stimulates the collagen growth in the body. So if you don't know what collagen is a natural thing that your body produces for your skin, your hair, nails, all kinds of things that just is great for the skin and the body. I am not a freaking scientist, I don't know, but that's the best way I could explain it. And if I'm not explaining it well, go to Google, type it in, and figure out what collagen is. Just know it's good to have. So plastic surgeons were injecting it in the face to build the collagen to make the face look more youthful and make the cheekbones bigger and make the face look more full and healthy, because nobody wants a flat sunken in face. You don't look youthful. But when you have these full cheeks, these full cheekbones, full face, you look healthy and youthful. So they thought, hey, why don't we try putting this in other areas of the body? And boom, Sculptra BBL, or non-surgical BBL, was born. This is a great option for girls that A, don't want to go under anesthesia to have surgery, and B, girls that are smaller and don't have a lot of fat to harvest. Like some girls just honestly can't gain weight. I know that sounds crazy, but there are some girls that cannot gain weight. They cannot hold fat on their body to save their lives, and my sister is one of them. My sister is super petite, super small, and just doesn't have a lot of fat content, but she eats like crazy. This girl can eat, and she just does not gain weight. And oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I know this video is going, I'm at 18:40, so I'm gonna try to speed it up. But anyways, so Sculptra is for the girls that don't want to go under anesthesia and cannot gain as much weight as you would need for a traditional BBL, which you probably would need 15 to 20 extra pounds of harvestable fat depending on your plastic surgeon. So it's a great option. It's legal, but the downside to Sculptra is that it's very expensive. Think about this is the type of procedure that the Kardashians use. All the supermodels that you see with the really tight, nice, small waist, really large butts, all the Instagram models, that is Sculptra. Sculptra makes your butt round, large, firm, and super smooth. Like no cellulite, no dents. You could just think of a balloon and filling it up, and it's just super smooth and nice. But it takes a lot of Sculptra to basically get any kind of results, and it takes 3 to 6 sessions. And you can spend easily on a couple of sessions of Sculptra over $20,000. And the main thing I want to reiterate to you guys is that Sculptra is not permanent. It builds the collagen, and the collagen itself that it builds lasts in the body 5 to 7 years. And the actual Sculptra itself to fill the body lasts 3 to 5 years. So it's not permanent like results from fat that stays in the body. So a lot of these girls are getting it redone every 3-4 years. And to me, that's so much money to invest in something that's not permanent, but I understand it is an option there. Maybe over the years, the price might kind of cut down just because it's fairly new and it's no downtime. You could go right back to work. You could sit on your butt. It's just like, it's so convenient and so easy. So, I mean, and the product itself is very expensive. Like one vial of Sculptra, I believe, is $1,000, and you need 6 to 10 just for one session. So that's $10,000 just for one session of Sculptra. But it's definitely something that if you can't gain weight and you are afraid to go under anesthesia and you can't take the time off and you have the money, hey, take a look at it. I'm gonna talk about some of my top favorite doctors in this video as well. It is getting kind of lengthy, but we'll kind of go from here. But I want to talk about two of my top favorite Sculptra doctors, just because honestly I love their work. I'm thinking about possibly going to them to fix the dents in my butt, and so I don't have to go under, and since I don't need so much, I won't have to spend so much money. Dr. Beauty by K. It's Beauty by Dr. K on Instagram, and she is a woman doctor. She's based out of LA, so Southern California, and she is a great doctor. Her Sculptra results are out of this world, and her pricing is actually not bad at all, especially thinking for LA. So definitely check her out. I haven't met her or seen her personally for any work. I just stalk her Instagram, and honestly, from what I've seen, she's grade A with the Sculptra. And then a doctor or nurse that's on the East Coast that I really like, her name on Instagram is The Lip Bunny. So The Lip Bunny. I know that sounds kind of weird, the lips. She's known for her lips, but she really has gotten into doing Sculptra on the butt and the liquid butt lifts and the non-surgical butt lifts. She's really great. She's also a girl. She's super cute on Instagram. I haven't been able to meet her, but I have talked with her, and her pricing is actually the best pricing that I have ever got any quotes for Sculptra. So definitely, if you are on the East Coast, check her out for Sculptra. And she's also actually really good with lips, filler. So any injectables, the Lip Bunny is the girl to go to, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, I really like her. So I just want to go over my top doctors for BBL, and then I'll show you my body and we'll be good to go. So I have a lot of doctors that I really like, and as you know, I love plastic surgery. I talk to a lot of doctors via email, and some personally I talk to. If you know me, I love my Dr. Altman. We're not talking about him on this video, but I would feel so bad if I didn't give him a shout out. Dr. Altman is the guy that did my breast lift, he did my neck tight, and he's just an all-around one of my favorite doctors in the whole wide world. So if you are interested in boobs and things like that, check out Dr. Altman on Instagram, and he's also based out of Miami, Florida. So that's my shout out for you, Dr. Altman. See you soon for something, I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. But so back to my top BBL doctors. Dr. Altman doesn't do BBLs. He believes they're too dangerous, and I will let you talk to him if you want to about reasons why he believes that, because I don't want to speak for him. So moving on, my top favorite doctor for BBL is Dr. Harold Paz. But, I have to say a but, he is based out of Cali, Colombia, and I cannot get with plastic surgery abroad. That was the biggest bummer for me. I know so many girls that do it and they come back fine and they look great. Like, the best plastic surgery I've seen is out of the country. I just can't get with it. Like, my little heart cannot get with leaving the country and having to stay 30 days in another country, because you cannot leave the country when you go to Colombia, Dominican Republic. You cannot leave for 3 to 4 weeks. The country will not let you leave. So I just can't wrap my head around doing that. And it's just so many risks, so many different factors. And I don't want to talk about that too much because he is my favorite doctor. So I'll let you be your own judge of that. But Dr. Harold Paz, when I tell you his liposuction, his butts are some of the best bodies I've seen. And you want to know why? If you guys know me, you know I love the real Bernice Burgos. I think that's how you say her name. She's my idol. She is the hottest girl to me in the whole wide world. And she's like 30 something years old. I don't know exactly, 30 plus. Some people say she's 40. I don't know. I don't give a damn. She looks so good. She is the best, and she's had work done by him, and her body is A1. Also Gizzy Doll, I've seen on his page. So many of those iconic Instagram bodies that you see online have seen Dr. Harold Paz. And so if you're willing and down to take that risk and you're about that life, he is the one for you. But if you're not, I have another option for you. My second favorite doctor is Dr. Fix It. And don't get it mistaken, because there's a couple of doctors with this name. It's Dr. Fix It Miami. I know a couple of girls personally that I've actually got to see their body in real life that have went to him, and he is amazing. But if you're looking to get a BBL anytime soon, I suggest you hit him up ASAP, because this man is 70 something years old and he's about to retire. I know this is terrible to say, and I hope he doesn't take offense to this, but he is old. But that does not make him any less than a doctor, because his results are amazing. Like, he is known for his fixing of botched surgeries. You could go to him and get your body fixed, or if you're a first-time girl, you can just go and get a bomb body for the first time. And he's based in Miami, and his pricing is very, very affordable. I don't want to quote you his pricing that he's given to me, just because it might be different, but just know that he is bomb, and you could check out his work yourselves. And then for my West Coast stalls, Dr. Dennis Das, MD in LA, is amazing too. Two of my best friends, I will not call them out. One has went to him a while back, and one just recently came back, and both of them look great. I haven't met him or spoke with him personally, but from what they've told me, very professional, great results, and great pricing. And we're talking about LA, when you can get a quote for a basic ass BBL for $20,000. I won't say no names, but we all know who we're talking about. But anyway, so Dr. Dennis Dash, check him out on Instagram as well. And then I have two doctors that I wanted to name for their liposuction. Their butts, as far as BBLs, are okay, but they are some of the best liposuction. Great ab etching if you're into ab etching, which I wish I did, because I want a freaking six-pack and a V. Dr. Real 6 and Real Dr. 6 Skin. So Real Dr. 6 and Real Dr. Skin on Instagram. Real Dr. 6 is based out of Toronto, Canada, and Real Dr. Skin is based in Connecticut or somewhere in the Midwest, and they have some of the best liposuction I've seen. The only downfall is Real Dr. 6 in Toronto. He doesn't work on patients that have had work done before, and I thought that was kind of whack. I mean, because I wouldn't be able to go to him. But I mean, I get why he does it, but I think it just kind of limits his services, and a lot of girls really need help and would love to go to a really accredited doctor. So I just feel like he's kind of shunning those girls. So hopefully one day he opens up his practice to everybody. And so yeah, and Real Dr. Skin does really good lipo. So I've talked about all my doctors that I recommend. I've answered as many questions as I can for you guys. This video isn't as short as I thought it would be, but hey, you know what? You guys are gonna love it. So let me show you guys the body. I'm gonna squeeze this out and then go. Oh, we need to bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. So these are my results still. I got a little hefty since the last time you guys have seen me. But it's still there. Let me do my special turns that you guys remember in my videos. Like, let me keep it to the back. And like has a nice little cup, everything. Stomach looks good. Sorry for this little hole. Stomach still looks good. I have little stretch marks, I don't care. But I have gained a little bit of weight, nothing too noticeable. And so yeah, these are still my results. We're talking about my results for my BBL, so don't be worried about everything else. This is my butt. And if you look closely at my butt, you can kind of see through the pants the dent I'm talking about. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but I can see it. So anyways, so these are my results, you guys. If I plan on doing any more plastic surgery, you guys will be the first to be with me. The next plastic surgery that I decide to do, if I do decide to do any more, I definitely want to do a video where you guys are following along with me, not just an after. Like, I would love to do it where Mark is like videotaping through our travel process, the night before, pre-op, during surgery, after surgery. I really want you guys to see the process, and I just hope everyone is doing amazing out there. I know we're all locked up right now from the COVID-19 whatever virus, but I just hope you guys enjoy these videos. Make sure you like and subscribe. As you can see, I'm really trying to get these videos out, even if it's just me or videos of me and Mark, all types of things like that. I want to make sure that you guys get the stuff that you guys want out of these videos, and I know you guys love my plastic surgery videos, so here it is. I hope you guys like, and make sure you follow on Instagram, Shanae Monique, and thank you. Bye guys.